Hello guys, so to like it is, I'm going to be making my 2020 presidential election prediction video. Donald Trump is not going to be impeached. He's going to serve a full term, but he is going to lose to Elizabeth Warren. She is going to be the one. She is going to be the first female president. She is going to win the 2020 election. I already made a video on the stock market crash happening in 2019. I'll just link that to the description. But I want to kick off the rigging by the numbers. I am predicting a stock market crash to happen in 2019. Okay, we're going to have a stock market crash in 2019 right before the 59th quadrennial U.S. election in 2020. So I am predicting the stock market to happen a year before in 2019. 20 plus 19 equals 39. Greed equals 39. New York equals 39. Trump is from New York. The New York Stock Exchange in New York. This is all significant, people. The 59th quadrennial election. Because stock market crash in gematria equals 59 as well as 185. Now, who is going to preside over this stock market crash? Donald John Trump himself. The book of Revelation would be fulfilled. Book of Revelation equals 185 and 77. The book of Revelation prophecy that would be fulfilled is the first female president. Elizabeth Warren also equals 77. But get this, Elizabeth Warren was the person who was the brains and the architect behind the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. In 2019, when the stock market collapse happens, people are going to be turning to the one who's able to somewhat solve this stock market crash and the lifting of regulations of Wall Street and the lifting of the fiduciary rule by the Trump administration, the rule which required financial advisors to act in their clients' best interests. They can do whatever they want right now. As this says, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau was first proposed in 2007 by Professor Elizabeth Warren. She was the architect behind the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and that's who people are going to turn to when this stock market crash happens. They're going to turn to the one who was behind the establishment of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. And no coincidence, this coincides with my prediction of the 2019 stock market crash. And the end of trickle-down Trumponomics, as we know, the rich running away with all of the short-term gains. Now, this election is going to take place on November the 3rd of 2020. November the 3rd of the year 20 has a date numerology of 34. Warren in gematria equals 34. She's a Democrat. Democrat equals 34. And some people may be surprised that someone like Warren wins. It shouldn't really surprise people when we had such a big buffoon, blowhard Donald Trump with no experience who talks like a third grader, has no plan or anything. The third grader language is all cleverly devised by Trump in order to manipulate the uneducated people, but Trump really is over his head. He has no idea what he's doing, and we have Elizabeth Warren, her $22 minimum wage. Now, I support an increase in the minimum wage. It has to be at least $10.50 an hour, but that may be too high. Minimum wage back in 1960 in today's dollars was 11. Now, get this too for the day of the election, November the 3rd. The day November the 3rd is significant too, people, in Elizabeth Warren, because November the 3rd multiplier sequence equals 33. Elizabeth Warren, she was born in Oklahoma City, and let's see, and she is a senator of Massachusetts. Okay, she's a senator in Massachusetts right now, as it says right there. Massachusetts equals 33, Masonry 33, Oklahoma City 33, 2020 election 330, 11 times 3, November the 3rd, 33. Now, as some of you guys know, the gang that rules over our politicians and sports, the media, the Freemasons, the Zionists, and the Jesuits, Freemason equals 96, but as you guys know, hence the two words, M-A, Mason, man, get it, Mason. Masonry is a club, is a whole for fraternal order of the most dominant males in society. The opposite of a Masonic order would be a female Sonic order. The female Sonic order also equals 96. They have their own gang too as well. Merkel, whatnot. Janet Napolitano, Nancy Pelosi, Dianne Feinstein, and many others. Debbie Wasserman Schultz. By Elizabeth Ann Warren equals 196, and that is the Grand Master Plan to have her as the first female president. The Grand Master Plan equals 196. Now, Elizabeth in Gematria equals 88. I make the connection between Elizabeth Warren and her descendants from the United Kingdom. Queen Elizabeth, our parent country, the United Kingdom, they had Queen Elizabeth, and then Elizabeth will become the first female president of America. So don't forget that connection. We will see more feminism. Feminism equals 88. Elizabeth running against Trump. All those equal 88, but also the Zionist order equals 88, okay? At the end of the day, these puppets, Trump, Warren, Obama, Bush, Clinton, are all puppets of the Freemasonic Zionist bankers. So we have Elizabeth 88, Trump 88, but in 2020, that's when, once again, the opposite of the patriarchy is the matriarchy. In 2020, that's when the matriarchy will win. The matriarchy wins equals 88 and 214. The year 2020 equals 214. And I know Trump won't be impeached or resign because Warren beats Trump and Gematria equals 214. So I believe Gary is off with Donald Trump resigning. Gary the numbers guy. Warren versus Trump equals 64. Elizabeth Warren and Donald Trump have had back-to-back Twitter wars. They got in a Twitter feud right after the debate with Trump and Hillary Clinton, but they've had many numerous Twitter wars. And the main narrative, too, is that everyone is afraid to hit back at Donald Trump, but really the only person that has responded back to Donald Trump and hit right back at the bully was no other than Elizabeth herself. So she is definitely one who can challenge Donald Trump, and Rand Paul is too much of a cuck to stand up to himself. At least Elizabeth's got that fight, and so does Bernie Sanders. Once again, they are ruled by Zionist bankers, Israel Zion Synagogue of Satan, and their two puppets for the 2020 election, Warren versus Trump, equaling 64. Now, when it's all said and done, Trump is going to be a one-term president. Trump is a one-term president equals 119. That is another thing about November the 19th, is that Donald Trump won the election on... The winner was announced on November the 9th of 2016. That forms a 119. This 119 is significant because the plan was for him to only run for one term because he's over his head, and Donald Trump doesn't even want to run, doesn't even want to be president for a full 8 years. Going to Mar-a-Lago, he already wants to get back to his old life. He misses his old life. He has no idea what he's doing. The only reason why he wanted to be the president was because of the ego and narcissism that comes with people calling him president. Just feeding to the narcissism, and Donald Trump making money off of deals with foreign governments and renting Mar-a-Lago to the Secret Service on the taxpayer dollar, and him golfing more than Bush, Obama, and Clinton already. The guy is sick, people. He's all in it for himself. He's all to make himself rich, his real estate. So he buys all these properties on pennies of the dollar in 2020, and Trump won't give a fuck if he burns his country down the ground. The number 119 is also significant too, because master plan equals 119, the death ritual of Trump being sacrificed in 2020, the Zionists that rigged the elections, the all-seeing eye, the Illuminati, and Star of David equal 119. The puppets of these politicians are Freemasonic Zionist bankers. They are the ones that rule over the gang equals 119. Now, trickle-down Trumponomics will be responsible for this stock market crash. He's going to lose re-election. It will be the end of the patriarchy. All of those equal 112. It all boils down to the Zionists. Zionist equals 112. Now, Donald J. Trump, when it's all said and done, may be a closet liberal. He may be wanting to enrich himself and destroy the Republican Party for good. This is a guy who said that the economy has done better on the Democrats. You can look up that video in the description. He's also advocated for universal health care in the past. But Elizabeth Warren, she may be against banks, but don't be fooled by her. She voted against the audit the Fed bill. So that is not something that someone does if they want to audit the banks. If Elizabeth Warren voted against the audit, then she is clearly gunning for her 2020 run. Progressive equals 63, probably be the first progressive president. Senator Warren equals 63. She's a puppet of the Illuminati and the bankers. That equals 63. And you know, she is a master female Mason. The opposite of the Masons, you know, is the female Sonic order. Very symbolic for that. But you think about Obama and Trump calling Obama a birther. You know, Trump was his daddy figure all along for all these old people, these old guinea pigs going through globalism. Birther equals 44. And this was all really scripted for Obama to go along with the act of, oh, Obama is not a citizen, just so you keep these redneck Republicans in check. That'll keep them in check because the daddy Trump is going to save you. So this is all social control for the elites and the globalists. To have Donald Trump win the 2016 election, it was all done. It was all done and scripted. This whole dinner where Obama mocks Trump after he releases his birth certificate, this is all part of the grand script for him to win in 2020, and even the Simpsons predicted Donald Trump to win.
Now, I know that he's taken some flack lately, but no one is happier, no one is prouder to put this birth certificate matter to rest than the Donald. And that's because he can finally get back to focusing on the issues that matter. Like, did we fake the moon landing? What really happened?
Yeah, so this is all political theater, and once again, Elizabeth Warren was the only one who hit back at Trump, right? She is going to stand up to the bully. She was the only one that was hitting back after Trump every single time he attacks her on Twitter. They're going to reunite again in 2020 for the ultimate Twitter war, and this is another WWE political storyline for all of you dead, not awake sheep out there. Now, Donald Trump is the 45th president. Elizabeth Warren is going to become the 46th president of these United States. She is going to be a Democrat. The Democratic Party. Democratic equals 46. First woman president would beat the president, Donald Trump, both equal 95. In 2020, Elizabeth Warren's birthday is going to be pretty symbolic. Her birthday on June the 22nd, her birthday numerology for 2020 is going to be really significant. And that, her birthday numerology equals 68 in 2020, and woman president equals 68. So that is all done by the numbers as well. You take away 20 and just do the year 20 without the 20 out in front, that equals 48. Well, Donald Trump equals 48, Illuminati equals 48. The man who she's running against. I'd like to do Donald Trump's birthday numerology too for 2020 to see what we get. I do not know what the number 60 will represent for Donald Trump, but June the 14th of the year 20 adds up to 40. So what is significant about 40? Is that woman president in gematria equals 40, Pocahontas equals 40 as well. But the day calculator between Elizabeth Warren's birthday and the day of the election is a time span of 19 weeks, people. Now, this 19 weeks between Elizabeth Warren's birthday and the election is super significant because the 19th Amendment was what allowed women's suffrage in the United States. This allowed progress for women to voice their political opinion, but we've had women run for Congress, but we didn't have a woman president yet. The 19th Amendment allowed for women's suffrage, women's voting rights. In Elizabeth Warren's birthday, the amount of time between her birthday and the election is 19 weeks. So this is a direct tribute to the 19th Amendment and women's suffrage. So women's suffrage, it was ratified on August the 18th. What could be significant about August the 18th of the year 20? Well, August the 18th of 2020, the 100-year anniversary of women's suffrage being ratified is a date numerology of 46. And she is running for the Democratic Party. Democratic equals 46. This is a direct tribute. Now, I want you to remember the first woman president equaling 95. This is a direct tribute. The presidents of the United States, the elite politicians, they all have common bloodlines with the British royals. Queen Elizabeth, the first woman president of America, is Elizabeth. She is 91 years old right now. She is going to be 94 years old in 2020. When Elizabeth Warren is inaugurated in 2021, she is going to turn 95 years old. So the first year of Warren's presidency, Queen Elizabeth is going to be 95 years old, and first woman president also equals 95. So this is a direct Queen Elizabeth tribute. Her birthday on April the 21st. Her birthday numerology for 2020. For 2021, okay, her birthday numerology of 2021, we have to tie that into her age of 95. Of 2021 adds up to 66. And woman equals 66. So remember that. And woman president equaling 40. 2020 election, 20 plus 20 equals 40. Now also woman in gematria equals 21, and Elizabeth Warren's going to be inaugurated in the year 21. Also Jesuit equals 21. And the Jesuits are known for being more progressive Catholics, and they would probably want more women in the Catholic Church. We may see the Catholic Church reformed at that time. Pope Bergoglio is going to turn 81 years old in 2017. He is going to be 84 years old right after Elizabeth Warren wins the election. So this is proof that the Jesuits, the Freemasons, and the Zionists rigged the election. And I guarantee you that the next female president, the next president of the United States, the winner of the 2020 election will be Elizabeth Warren. The stock market crash in 2019, the whole script is for the one who has fought back against Donald Trump on Twitter to ultimately stand up to him in 2020 when this country is in a mess, when we're in a stock market crash, and people are going to turn to the one who had the brains behind the establishment of the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau.